The Chelsea front line in 26 isn't just strong, it's a problem for everyone else. Wherever you look, there's a threat. On the right, raw speed and creativity. Through the middle, a playmaker who can dictate a whole match. Leading the line, not one striker, but a pair who know exactly how to punish Premier League defenses. And on the left, young, wide men with enough skill to keep any fullback awake at night. Forget what Chelsea looked like last year. The real question is, just how dangerous is this attack? Last season, Chelsea's attack was entertaining. No one can deny that. They bagged 64 goals in the Premier League. Decent, sure, but not title-winning. To put it in perspective, Liverpool hit 86. Man City, 2 years earlier, smashed in 96. The pattern is obvious. Champions score heavily. So if Enzo Maresca's vision is to push for the league, his side needs attacking power on another level. And looking at the squad he's building right now, it's clear Chelsea finally has the kind of depth that can scare every defense they meet. Let's start on the right flank, maybe Chelsea's most dangerous area. The first name that comes to mind, Pedro Neto. If you only checked his numbers from last season, 4 goals and 6 assists in more than 35 games, you'd think that's underwhelming. But numbers don't tell the whole story. Neto spent the year being shuffled around, left wing, secondary roles, even out of position entirely. That killed his consistency. When he's locked in on the right, Neto is a completely different player. He's direct, explosive, and fearless with the ball at his feet. Defenders hate playing against him because he's unpredictable. Sometimes he bursts past with raw pace. Other times he drifts inside to link play or set up the number 10. That chaos factor is what makes him dangerous. If Maresca finally pins him down to one role this season, don't be surprised if Neto delivers the breakout year people have been waiting for. But here's where it gets even more exciting. Neto isn't the only weapon on that side. Chelsea also has Estevao, and this kid could be the jewel of the attack. Just 18 years old, yet he already plays with the swagger of someone born for the big stage. His close control is ridiculous, his freedom on the ball is rare, and he carries himself with the confidence of a star in the making. The stats prove it too. Last season in Brazil, 37 matches, 12 goals, 7 assists. That's not normal for a teenager. That's production you expect from a seasoned pro. And beyond the numbers, he's one of those players who makes fans lean forward in their seats every time he touches the ball. We saw flashes of it against West Ham, and if that's just a preview of what's coming, the rest of the league should be seriously worried. Think about it this way. On the right, Chelsea can call on 2 completely different weapons. Pedro Neto, proven and reliable, and Estevao, young and electrifying. Neto offers maturity, pressing, and consistency. Estevao, pure flair, unpredictability, and talent that feels generational. And the beauty of it, Maresca can actually use them together. Neto stretching the play wide while Estevao drifts inside. That variety makes Chelsea's right side a nightmare for anyone trying to set up against them. And if that's what the flanks look like, wait until we get to the middle, because this is where Chelsea's attack goes from dangerous to downright frightening. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel keep growing. Now, let's talk about the number 10 role, the heartbeat of Chelsea's attack. And of course, the name that stands out is Cole Palmer. Since his move to Chelsea, Palmer has transformed the team's creativity. Calm under pressure, fearless in tight spaces, and deadly in front of goal, he's quickly become one of the league's most complete playmakers. Last season, Palmer racked up 18 goals and 14 assists. For most players, that would be career best numbers. For him, people were saying it was just average. Think about that. 30+ goal contributions, and it's still not enough for critics. If that's his baseline, then his ceiling this season could be outrageous. With more talent around him, Palmer won't need to carry the entire load anymore, which makes him even more dangerous. But Palmer isn't alone. Behind him, Chelsea has depth. Andre Santos is one option Maresca has tested in that advanced role. He's naturally a box-to-box midfielder, but when pushed higher up, he brings strength, pressing energy, and the ability to surge forward with the ball. He may not be as silky as Palmer, but he offers a more physical edge, perfect for games where intensity in midfield is key. And don't forget Estevao. We've already seen what he can do on the wing, but his vision and ball control also make him a natural candidate for the number 10 spot. Whether Palmer needs a rest or Maresca wants a different attacking dynamic, Estevao can step in centrally and still cause havoc. That kind of flexibility is gold for a manager aiming to challenge for the title. So between Palmer, Santos, and Estevao, Chelsea's creative hub is stacked with talent, variety, and goals. And when you add strikers into the mix, things start to get serious. Because let's be honest, last year's biggest problem for Chelsea was up front. Nicholas Jackson worked hard, made runs, created chances, but the finishing let him down. A team with title ambitions can't afford a striker who needs 4 or 5 chances to score once. Chelsea knew that, and this summer they went out and solved the problem properly. The first signing? Liam Delap, and this one made perfect sense. Delap is an old-school centre forward, powerful, aggressive, relentless. Last season, he managed 12 Premier League goals for a side battling relegation. Scoring in that environment is tough because chances are limited, but Delap still delivered. That tells you everything about his instinct inside the box. Now, at Chelsea, surrounded by creators like Palmer, Estevao, and Neto, his chances will multiply. And already, in his opening games, he's shown why he was brought in. Clever movement, pressing defenders into mistakes, and sharp, decisive finishing. Then there's João Pedro, who brings a completely different skill set. He's not just about goals, though he can score them. He's about intelligence and fluidity. We saw it during his Brighton days, but it was at the Club World Cup where Chelsea fans really saw his value. Without him, they might not have lifted the trophy. He links play, drops deep, connects midfield and attack, then arrives in the box at the right moment. He's the perfect contrast to Delap. More technical, more subtle, but just as effective. And that's the transformation. Chelsea now have two strikers, two distinct styles, both proven in the Premier League. Delap gives you raw strength and chaos. Pedro gives you finesse and link-up quality. Together, they give Maresca flexibility and unpredictability in attack, something Chelsea simply didn't have last season. And that's why what used to be Chelsea's biggest weakness up front is now one of their strongest assets. But we're not done yet, because there's still the left-hand side. And that's an area where Chelsea have gone from frustration to some of the most exciting young firepower anywhere in the league. Let's move to the left flank. Last season, this was Chelsea's soft spot. They tried everything, shifting Neto over, giving Jadon Sancho a loan spell, but nothing really clicked. Neto wasn't as effective out wide on the left, and while Sancho had flashes of quality, Chelsea couldn't make the deal permanent. Compared to the rest of the attack, that side felt like a downgrade. Fast forward to now, and it's completely different. Chelsea have rebuilt that position with two explosive young wingers. The first, Jamie Bino Gittens. Picked up from Dortmund, he's the exact profile Chelsea needed. Direct, aggressive, and fearless in one-on-one situations. In Germany, he managed 12 goals and 5 assists last season, despite not even being a guaranteed starter. At just 21, he's already proven he can rise to big occasions. At Chelsea, with regular minutes, his speed, dribbling, and ability to cut inside will give defenders nightmares. And then there's Alejandro Garnacho. This wasn't just a signing, it was a statement. Chelsea didn't patch a hole, they went to a rival and signed one of the brightest young stars in the league. Garnacho had already shown at United that he could change games single-handedly. He's electric, unpredictable, and fearless. And the scariest part? He's still under 22, which means his best years are still ahead of him. For Chelsea, this isn't just a short-term signing. This is someone who could own that position for the next decade. So now, with Gittens and Garnacho, Chelsea have flipped the script on their weakest link. What was once a problem spot is now stacked with speed, creativity, and match-winning ability. And Maresca has options. Gittens when you want direct running and vertical threat, Garnacho when you need a spark of magic and finishing quality. Either way, it's a huge upgrade. And when you add it all together, Neto and Estevao on the right, Palmer pulling the strings in the middle, Delap and João Pedro leading the line, and now Gittens and Garnacho on the left. Maresca doesn't just have attacking talent, he has variety, he has flexibility, and he has balance. From a tactical perspective, this opens up a world of options. They can line up in a 4-2-3-1 with width and creativity on both sides, or switch to a 4-4-2 and use the double striker setup to bully defenses. We've already seen flashes of it. That 5-1 demolition of West Ham wasn't just a result, it was a warning. Last season was about promise. This season is about delivery. The quality is there, the depth is there, and for the first time in years, Chelsea's attack feels like it can go toe-to-toe with anyone. But what do you think? Is this the year Chelsea's attack finally fires them to the Premier League title? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and check out our latest video. Thanks for watching.